The Argentine side of Iguazú Falls puts you closer to the water than anywhere else. The well-designed network of elevated walkways and catwalks threads through the jungle and out over the river, allowing visitors to stand at the edge of multiple cascades, feel the spray on their faces, and peer directly down into the churning white water below. The upper circuit, Circuito Superior, and lower circuit, Circuito Inferior, together cover the major falls, with viewpoints ranging from intimate to panoramic. Allow a full day. There is genuinely too much to absorb in a short visit. At the far end of the Argentine park, reached by a small tourist train and a long catwalk over the river, the Garganta del Diablo is the centerpiece of Iguazú Falls, a U-shaped canyon where the Iguazú River drops 80 meters in a roaring, mist-shrouded, permanently rainbowed cataract so powerful that the ground vibrates underfoot. Nothing quite prepares you for standing at the railing above this abyss and looking down into billions of liters of water vanishing into white chaos. It is one of the most overwhelming natural spectacles on the planet. For those who want to get genuinely, thoroughly drenched, the Iguazú Adventure Service, formerly Gran Aventura, takes visitors on a Zodiac inflatable boat directly under the curtain of the San Martin Falls and into the spray zone of the Garganta del Diablo approach. The approach ride through the jungle by 4WD truck, the brief moment of calm before the boat guns its engine toward the falls, and the wall of white water descending on you are all part of an experience that children and adults remember for a lifetime. Bring a dry bag for your phone and camera. A day trip across the border into Brazil provides an entirely different perspective on the same falls. Where the Argentine side gets you close and personal, the Brazilian side offers a single long cliff-top walkway that delivers the iconic panoramic view. The full 2.7-kilometer arc of the falls spread across the horizon that appears in every photograph and on every travel poster. The Brazilian National Park is smaller and quicker to cover, but the view from the main lookout platform is the essential Iguazú image, and crossing the international border is an adventure in itself. Immediately adjacent to the Brazilian entrance to the falls, the Parque das Aves is a large and thoughtfully designed aviary housing over 150 species of birds from the Atlantic forest biome. Walk-through aviaries allow close encounters with toucans, macaws, parrots, and harpy eagles, and the standard of animal welfare and environmental education is genuinely impressive. It is a perfect half-day addition to a visit to the Brazilian Falls, especially for families. The sheer color and noise of the birds is a sensory delight. Before the boat ride plunges you into the spray, the Macuco Safari experience takes visitors on a guided walk through a dense section of Atlantic forest, identifying trees, medicinal plants, insects and animals along the trail, including coatis, agoutis, and dozens of bird species. The combination of jungle ecology and spectacular waterfall finale in a single excursion captures the full richness of the Iguazú National Park ecosystem. It is particularly well suited to visitors who want to understand the jungle setting, not just the falls. On the outskirts of Puerto Iguazú, Guira Oga, which means House of Birds in the Guarani language, is a wildlife rehabilitation center that rescues and treats injured animals from the region's forests before releasing them back into the wild. Guided tours wind through forested enclosures housing jaguars, pumas, ocelots, giant anteaters, tapirs, and hundreds of bird species recovering from injury or human interference. It is an unexpectedly moving experience, part zoo, part hospital, part conservation education center. At the northern tip of Puerto Iguazú, where the Iguazú River meets the broad brown Paraná, 3 obelisks painted in the national colors of Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay mark the precise point where 3 countries share a border. From the Argentine obelisk, you can look across to the Brazilian city of Foz do Iguaçu on one bank, and the Paraguayan city of Ciudad del Este on the other. At night, The three obelisks are illuminated in their national colors, creating a quietly dramatic scene above the confluence. About 60 kilometers from Puerto Iguazú, along the banks of the Paraná, the gem mines at Wanda offer guided tours through active, semi-precious stone excavations, where amethyst, quartz, topaz, and tourmaline crystals are extracted from striking purple-veined rock formations. Visitors can sift through mineral-rich earth themselves and purchase rough or polished stones at the on-site shops. The mines are a genuinely unusual excursion, and a reminder that the Misiones province sits on one of the world's richest gem deposits. The small town of Puerto Iguazú itself is friendly, relaxed, and much more pleasant than its gateway town status might suggest. The Avenida Brasil and surrounding streets are lined with restaurants serving regional Argentinian and Guarani-influenced cooking. Look for surubi, river catfish, embeyu, manioc flatbreads, and chipas, cheese bread, alongside excellent Argentine steaks. The artisans' market near the main square sells handcrafted Guarani jewelry, weavings, and wood carvings, and spending an evening here over a long dinner is a genuinely warm way to end a day at the falls.